ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓரொன்றுதானே அமையா வாழ்வாய்.
We are taking up Pancaratra Raksa today, and almost all books give the same procedure with a very little difference or no difference, but just words are small, same meaning words are different, synonymous words are different. So this the last one that we saw was 3 times Hari. So we go to page 90. The same happens here. Utthaya Shaine Tasmin Asinaha Netendriyaha Tarastha Nirvinda Hridayaha Vyartham Viksha Gatam Vayaha. So we must regret the past. We must feel sad over the time spent in some other service, some other work action instead of doing service to the Lord. Controlling of the sense organs is very important. Then getting up immediately after getting up from the bed, rather sit for a while, a few seconds. Then with a fearful heart, we will understand that the time gone was a waste. So now the problem is where should we complain about our problems? So it is very difficult. So it is very difficult to cross over our own problems. So dustaram, then durdasha metam, this bad condition, this wretched condition we say. So we have been placed. Kathayishyami kasyava. Whom shall I narrate? It's what we saw. Then I think we have gone through this paragraph. Yes. We have gone through this paragraph. So we have got to go to the next paragraph. So we have to start with this paragraph. Satvika dhritya valambanam. So we must take a decision to follow what we call a good quality life. Satvika, Satvika is good quality that we must develop. And while yeah, but we have done it. I am very sure about it. So Dhriti, because we read the title also, Satvika Dhriti Avalambanam. So Dhriti is what we call firmness, resoluteness. So we must stick to the guns. What? Good quality. So behavior, actions, all. So Avalambanam is getting support. So, or what you call depending upon our firmness. We must get the support from rather what we call moral support from our resoluteness, firmness to stick to sattvika life. Now, evam sati, when it is so. When it is so, meaning the last point was a little negative. So we must always feel sad over the past and worry about the future. Worry about the future also. So viveka vimokadi saptaka anyatama bhutan avasada viruddha avasada vashat uttara kainkarya pravrittehe anishpattihi syaditi tat pariharaya anantaram uchyate. Uchyate, it is said now, anantaram, now after this sentence, that is later, so we are now, so what is to be done? We must have a remedy, pariharaya. So we must rectify our actions. We must improve in our actions and rectify the past mistakes. So we must have discrimination, viveka, first word, viveka, discrimination. Then we must, you must have heard about this word vimokaha. Vimokaha meaning getting released from. Mokaha is from the word mokshaha, much. Much is to get freed from. This vimoka can be compared to the skin peeled off by the snake. We as human beings also develop what we call the growth of the skin. You will find it in your hands very easily. The old skin comes out. If you can yourself do it with your fingers and peel off the skin. So new skin will form, and that will be what we call a fresh one. What we call rejuvenation. It will be a rejuvenation. So fresh skin will be there. And of course, as the age goes on, then you will have what we call wrinkles in the skin. Those wrinkles cannot be corrected. Whereas in the initial, what we call youthful age, we develop skin. Our nails also grow faster. The toe as well as the hands, we have nails growing faster. Afterward, there is a break. So vimoka is just like a snake peels off its old skin. So we must cross over 7 stages. Saptaka. Vimokadi Saptaka. Maybe we are, I think, I'm guessing about the 5 types of stages, namely, so when you go on realizing the Lord, Brahman, so we say Annam Brahmeti Vijanat, then Pranam Brahmeti Vijanat, and so on, Jnanam, and then finally Anandam Brahmeti Vijanat. We go through the 5 steps there. And it is said here Saptaka, seven steps. We must find out whether these 7 steps are given in the following pages. Then, so Anyatama Bhutan. So they are all special, extraordinary, Anyatama. So we must give up, that is, we must cross those 7 stages. That's what I mean. Cross those 7 stages. And then Avasada Viruddha Avasada Vasatu. So here, we know Avasada from the word Sidati. So from our grief, we must give up a particular grief about this world. We must give up the grief of this world. And we must get into a new grief, in status of a new grief, new sadness. What is that sadness? That is our reaching the goal of, rather, our reaching to the service of the Lord. So our aim is to serve the Lord. So service is our motto. Service is our goal. So Kainkaryam is the aim. And therefore, we must feel sad over not doing Kainkaryam. And we must give up all other worries. So Avasada Viruddha Avasada Vasat. One sadness is opposed to another sadness. Sadness in what we call materialistic aims of this world. So we must give them up, and then take up another type of sadness, namely how to reach the goal faster. Then what should we do? Again, though we are doing service as a priest in the temple, for example, here in this world, or even at home, I told you, now we are going to take up a latter service, Latter, or you can say later service, Latter also. So Uttara Kainkari. Uttara Kainkari meaning after the exit of the soul from this human body, what should we do? Where do we do service and so on? So Uttara Kainkarya Pravartehe, in the progress of doing later service, then Anishpattihi Syat. There also we will have dissatisfaction, incompletion, and so on. So we must avoid incompletion, we must avoid dissatisfaction by aiming at the later service. So if there is if there is an impediment, obstacle for later service, that's what we called in the 5 steps, Artha Panchakam, Prapti Virodhi. Please remember these words, Prapti Virodhi. There are obstacles coming even at the last stage, namely 5th stage, where we lose the sense of our purpose. Artha. Artha is purpose. We forget our aim. We don't remember our goal. So what should we do that? So tat pariharaya, in order to rectify this mistake, anantaram uchyate. Now, so again the same title is given expanded. The title is expanded here. Iti nirvedya, thus feeling sad. Tadanu, later to that. Dhritim alambya, becoming firm in our resolve. Decide and do it. Of course, again, in the middle, you seek the blessings of the God. So, Dhritim alambya, taking the support of the firmness, steadfastness, we say, steadfastness. Then what do? Sattvikim avalambya. So, we must run a good life. We must lead a good life. Then imam nirvedam vidhuya cha. Now you give up the sadness. Nirvedam sadness. Imam this sadness. Vidhuya, shake off this sadness. What does it do? What does this sadness do? Sarva karya avasada. It spoils all actions. So simply saying, you can say, don't be a pessimist, be an optimist. Have a positive thinking. Remember a positive result, just like Swami Vedanta Deshika in all his works. In all his works, devotional songs, especially 29, all his Ragasya Granthas, namely what Chillare Ragasyangal, minor secrets, then philosophical Granthas, Vedanta Grantaha, then Sampradaya Grantaha, traditional books. In all the books, 119 books, there were 119. 114 are available. 114 are available, fortunately. So in all the books, in Deshika Prabandham, in his Tamil works also, I think more than 21, he is very positive. He is very positive. That is the beauty of Sri Vedanta Deshika. That is why many people become very closer to him, closer to his thoughts. So initially, of course, he may give you the negative presentation, but only in this particular Ragasyam, Pancaratra Raksa, he is quoting others, that's all. He is not saying his original words, what we call, in sadness. He gives solace, S-O-L-A-C-E, to all of us. He redeems us. He recovers us. He restores us to positivity. Please remember, though other books will give us some negative aspects, he encourages us. So, now please remember, I think I have already told you this. Andri Volaham Alandai Adipotri, Shanrang Tennilangai Shetrai Teral Potri. These two refer to Rama's incarnation. Both Vamanas and Rama's incarnation. So Andrivalaham Alanda Adipotri refers to Vamana and Trivikrama avatara incarnations. It's a twin avatara. The second one is Rama, Shanranga Tennilangai Shetrai Teral Potri. Again, look at the all other lines. 6 times potri is there. That is adoration to you. So all other lines refer to Lord Krishna, Krishna Avatara. And in all the incarnations, these are all only samples. So starting with Vamana Avatara and then Rama Avatara and Krishna Avatara, all these happened long ago, in time immemorial. We do not remember. We don't remember even our previous birth. That is different. This was very long ago. That is in the previous eon, OEON, and previous what we call kalpa, you can say even, or you can say previous yuga, era. Ramavatara happened in Treta Yuga. Vamanavatara happened, I think, Krita Yuga. Dwapara Yuga was the time for Krishna's avatar. All these happened very, very long ago. Then what about us who are never aware of all these direct experience of these incarnations? Therefore, what should you do is, we don't regret over what we call water flowing under the bridge long ago. So don't worry about the water which was running long ago under the bridge. So anyhow, you have to cross the bridge now. Much water has flown under the bridge, we say, when we meet after a long gap when we meet, we say the idiom in English, much water has flown under the bridge. So what is the Sanskrit word? Gata Jala Setu. Gata Jala Setu. Now, after the waters are gone long ago, then we try to build a bridge. So, bridge is constructed after waters were gone. That means is there no point in building a bridge? No. Still, it is valid. Still, is relevant because lastly you say Indriyam Mandom Irangelo Rembavai. Indriyam Mandom. Andrivulam Alandayadi Potri. சென்றங்கு தென்னிலங்கை செற்றாய் திரள் போற்றி பொன்றச்சகடம் உதைத்தாய் புகழ் போற்றி கன்று குணிலாய் எழிந்தாய் கழல் போற்றி குன்று குடையாய் எடுத்தாய் குணம் போற்றி வென்று பகை கெடுக்கும் நின் கையில் வேல் போற்றி என்றென்றும் சேவகமே. This is what essence of this paragraph. என்றென்றும் சேவகமே. My service to you is for 24/7. And again, my service only to you. என்றென்று உன் சேவகமே. என்றென்றும் உன் சேவகமே ஏற்றிப்பறை கொள்வான். Therefore, I want moksha. ஏற்றிப்பறை கொள்வான். பறை கொள்வான். He will give us moksha. Be sure of it. Have confidence. Be faithful. To have faith in his grant of moksha. ஏற்றிப்பறை கொள்வான். He will accept us and he will give us the, what do you call, emancipation. So, பறை கொள்வான் இன்றியாம் வந்தோம். We are just coming to you only now. Lot of time has passed in between. Now, what are we to do now? Build a bridge across the river which has no water. So, gata jala, so jalam gatam, water has gone. Setu bandhanam, constructing of a bridge. Setu, bridge, bandhanam construction. So, we must have such a desire. Though, lot of time has passed, crores of abhilasha. So we must have desire, ambition to construct the bridge even now. It is not too late, as we say. It is not too late. And again, proverb in English, better late than never. So we must establish a link between us and the Lord, the individual soul and the Supreme Soul. So construct the bridge. Link, bandhana, abhilasha. You must have ambition. So at least if you don't have ambition, at least equal to ambition, tulya, equal to your ambition, anutapa must be there. Anutapa is regret. Feeling bad for not doing anything so far. Anutapaha is for regret. Tapa is heat. Tapas is penance. So while you do penance, normally heat will be produced in the body because as we stop eating, the body naturally develops heat. So anutapa, anu is later. So anutapa is feeling the suffering. We suffer the past actions. Then anutapa, then prashamana purvaka. So we must bring down the heat, that is bring down the suffering, that is we must avoid regret. How to avoid regret? Satvika dhirti avalambana atmaka. So the title of the paragraph. So become very steadfast, rather fixed, become very fixed with what we call our decision. So stick to our decision in making good life. Satvika. What is good life again? service in this world, service to the Lord in this world. So avalambana atmaka, having the soul of support, SOLE also, soul support of the firmness. Our decision must be must not be changed. That's what I mean. Then agamikala shakya kainkarya nishchayaha. Nishchayaha, design, decision, kainkarya to do service, shakya kainkarya, whatever is possible, agamikala in the future. So let us do service as far as possible in the future. Remembering our faith, belief, our firm decision, our stout policy. We must have follow a fixed policy. So Satvika Dhriti Swarupam Chayevam Bhagavata Gita. How do you understand what is the original nature of this firmness? Lord himself said, Lord Krishna I think said, Bhagavata Gitam, because it is said sung by the Lord, it should be from Bhagavad Gita. 91, page 91. So Dhritya Yaya Dharayate Manah Pranendriya Kriyaha. So Yogena Avyabhijarinya Dhritihi Sa Partha Satvika. You can easily trace it to, I think, maybe later, last 6 chapters, what we call Tritiya Shatkam. Tritiya Shatkam. So he is telling Arjuna and us also, what is a guna called? Quality, guna. Quality. What quality? Good quality. Satviki. Sa Satviki. She is the best quality. What is that? Who is it? Dhritihi. Firmness. Steadfastness. Following only one policy. How? Yogena. By meditation. You can also consider it as yoga as the 5th timing of the Pancaratra Raksa policy, namely starting from the beginning, Abhigamana, Upadana, Ijja, Swadhyaya, and Yoga. So Yogena, by discipline, by physical and mental discipline, Avyabhicharinya, without transgression, without deviation, without going away from the right path. Then Dhritya Yaya Dharayate. There is no other word, better word than Dhritihi. Firmly, it should be born in mind, B-O-R-N-E. Where how? Manaha, Prana, Indriya, Kriya. In all actions of mind, the inhaling air, prana is inhaling air, that means all the airs, all the vital airs of our body, indriya, all sense organs. So manaha being the 11th sense organ, it is given as manaha, then prana. So all our vital airs should work properly, and indriyas also should get attuned to the service of the Lord. And it should be firm. All sense organs. So very easily you can understand by Kulashekar Alvar, King Kulashekar Alvar, namely, Jihve Kirtaya Keshavam Muraripum Cheto Bhajasridhar. Panidvanda Samarchayachyuta Katham Shotradvayatvam Shun. Krishnam Lokaya, Lochanadvaya, Harer Gachangri Yugmalayam. Jigragrana Mukunda Pada Tulasim, Murdhan Nama Adhoksha. So this is what you call Karana Kalebaram. So all sense organs will distract us, make us deviate from the right path. They will pull us away. They will lead us to wrong path. So our tongue should sing on Keshava. Jihve Kirte Keshavam. So while our tongue sings about Keshava, remember the 3 meanings. So he has got beautiful locks of hair. He killed Keshi, the horse-formed demon. He is the lord of both Shiva and Brahma. So Keshava. So you have a lot of names are given in the Mukundavala, where what should we do with our sense organs? That is motor organs and wisdom organs, both. So all the 10 are included. So Manaha is also included. So this is Bhagavad Gita verse. Because Arjuna is called Partha. Hey Partha, O Arjuna. Pruthu is the name of the mother, otherwise called Kunti. And therefore, Hey Partha, Pruthoho Putraha Parthaha. Hey Partha, O Arjuna. You can also say our names. So, O Narayana, Tirunarayana. So, that way. So remember this. So Satvika Dhriti Prakara. Now all said and done, how to practice it? How to practice Dhriti? So methodology. In research, we have what we call methodology. How to go about research. Satvika Dhriti Prakara. Sahacha Nishchaya Prakara. What we call this, the method is what we call firm method, decisive method. It's a decisive method. Decisive method. DECISIVE. Decisive. Nishchaya Prakara. Why? Tat kalochita kartavya vibhagena sangrihita. So depending upon the time, so differentiating from between the times. So timings are very important. So it has been abridged, sangrihitaha, briefly said in 4 verses, and further also in prose form. So tat kalochita, relevant to that time, tat kalochita. Kartavya, duty, vibhagena, bifurcation, diversification. So allot your actions according to the time. Then, so itaha, from this onwards, from this, the method starts now. Urdhvam, itaha urdhvam. Itaha urdhvam meaning itah param. Later to this time. That is, so far I have been wasting my time. I have been doing lot of wrong actions till this time. I have been regretting over the past time. I have been doing unnecessary things and so on up till now. Right. So itaha urdhvam, in future, further, yavad jivam, as long as I live. As long as I live. Tavat, yavad, join and say, as long as I live. And what should we do? Samahitaha, with equanimity of mind. Samahitaha, have a what you call firm mind. Yatamanaha, trying. Kartum, to do. Archanam, worship. Padayoho, at the divine feet of Shriya Shriya. Both the divine couple. You can even say, you need not say even both divine couple, but just a divine couple. A single entity. So Shriya Shriya, taking the words of Alavandar, Yamunacharya, from his Totaratnam. Kashriya Shrihi, he asked the question. Then he answered the answer is positive. So then again, Nammalvar said, Thiruvukum Thiruvana. So these two great savants said already, and therefore Vedanta Deshika follows those preceptors and then says Shriya Shriya. So if you say Narayanaha, you would forget Lakshmi Narayanaha. So Lakshmi may be forgotten. Therefore, Shriya Shriya. Easy to understand. Words are very small also. Just 2 letters. Shriya. Then morning, what should we do? Abhigamanam. Abhigachan Harim Prataha. Same type of allotment of actions for the timings. So Harim, Lord Vishnu, Prataha in the morning, We are fortunate, not very specifically given Brahma Muhurtam or something like that. So Abhigachan, approach the Lord in the morning. Paschat later, Dravyani cha Arjayan, collect the materials. Dravyani materials, Arjayan, earn materials. Then Archayans Tataha Devam. So this is called Ijjano. So worship the Lord, Archayan, Tataha then Devam Lord. How? Mantran Japanat. Say the mantras. Let's recite the spells. Chant the Vedic sentences. Mantran Japanat. Then straight away go to Mantran Japannapi, you can say Swadhyaya. Then you can go to yoga and say, fifth one, Dhyayan Napi Paramdev. That is yoga. Meditate on the highest God, Paramdev. Kaleshu Ukteshu Panchashu. Why should we repeat all these ideas again? I don't know. So again, because it is to stress the point. So in all the 5 timings, Vartamanaha, live like that. Follow the procedure. Behave like that. Sada always, Chaivam, Panchakalika Vartama. Follow the 5-timed path. Vartama means path. Swa Arjitaihi. So how do you do? What is the materials that you collected? What did you do? Swa Arjitaihi. Earn by yourself. Don't depend on others. As far as possible. Swarjitaihi. Gandha. So collect chandanam, sandal paste. Sweet smelling products for offering to the god. Pushpa, the flower. The flower also should be good, sweet smelling. Adyaihi, etc. Shubhaihi, there will be good flowers. For example, we must all know what flowers should be offered to the Lord. Unfortunately, when there are those flowers are not available, what should we do? We have to offer any other flower. Don't take the word of Bhagavad Gita saying, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prechati. It's a common sentence. Whenever it is not available, can you offer dirty water to the Lord? Can we offer dirty water to the Lord? We may not get well water which is pure. We may not get river water which is pure. We may not use definitely ocean water. Potable water, drinkable water. Do you buy water and use? As Keshav Swami tested my home's appliance, Aqua God. Will you make it purified and then take it? So what kind of water that is? As far as possible, pure water. Most purest water. Double superlative. So in the same way, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Patram leaf. Do you take any leaf to offer? You may even use Vilva leaf, Bilva Patram. Adityavarne tapasodhijato vanaspatistava vrikshotha bilvaha. The Sri Suktam says, you can use Bilva leaf for goddess, for Mahalakshmi. Can we take any leaf? Kattu elai, any forest leaf, any leaf. Bhakti is very important. You say, Lord said, Bhakti is very important. So we take specially basil, tulasi, brunda. So you see, patram, pushpam. We don't use hibiscus. Tamil Shembarittipu. அது வந்து பெருமாளுக்கு யூஸ் பண்றது, சிவனுக்கு யூஸ் பண்றது. அரளிப்பூ பெருமாளுக்கு யூஸ் பண்றது. நந்தியாவட்டை பெருமாளுக்கு யூஸ் பண்றது. சரி, ஏன் இப்படி வச்சிருக்கீங்க? Why should we prescribe certain flowers? It shows your interest in growing the plants at your home If it is not possible, buy at least those flowers. Why should we ban some flowers? That is, of course, the question is a mute question. We cannot answer this question because we do not know why these are prohibited from offering to Lord Srimanarayan, Vishnu, as we say. Day before yesterday, I went to a village where Lakshminarayana temple, Lakshminarayana is a presiding deity, Moolavar, and Utsavar deity is Sundaravardhan. The village is called Velamur, and the village is native place of Pragadam Srimushtam Andava. So Srimushtam, the previous, the greater pontiff, Srimushtam Periyandavan, lived there, and then he went for job from that village. We enjoyed the darshan of the Lord, and only Nandyavate flower is available for the Lord. What should we do? Nandyavate flower was offered on the head of the Lord. So, if there is no possibility, it is impossible to get the flower prescribed for Lord Vishnu, then we can use it. So that's why Shubhaihi, the word there, Shubhaihi. Should we consider that all other flowers are inauspicious? No. It's also creation. Can we use bad smelling flower? There are very bad smelling flowers. Pikalati is a name of a flower which I know, which when you crush this flower buds or petals, it will give very awful smell. It grows anywhere, everywhere in the what we call fences. Very colorful flowers, very colorful flowers. But it gives very bad smell. Yeah, yeah, what is the way out? Hibiscus is often. Chambartipu. Chambartipu is available in all colors. So when you go to a flower market, which is very special here in this Srirangam, so you can choose flowers at least. Then what do you do? So Shakti Anurupataha, according to your capacity. According to your capacity. Sattaravi, yes. Aradhen Harim Bhaktya, with devotion, worship the Lord. Gameishami Vasa. Let us decide that we will spend the days. Vasaran Gameisham. Spend. I will spend the days with devotion toward the Lord by worshipping with the what we call Gandha, Pushpa, and so etc. The sweet smelling products like flowers and all other ingredients of good smell. Then atra here itaha from this time onwards urdhvam. So ayavajivam sada. Now this is at the beginning of our service. So we promise the Lord, not even promise, let us take a promise to ourselves. We promise ourselves. Need not say all this. We need not say. We just remember these words. Remember the meaning. You are not prohibited to say. You are not banned to say these slokas. But it is better, as you said, to utter these slokas instead of forgetting them. Several, yeah. So there are several arnicams. Since if we can read all many arnicams, then we can say these verses by rote, R-O-T. By memory, we can remember them by heart. Now, the word itaha urdhvam yavad jivam sada. We say from this time onwards, till I live, sada always. So these words will be said by us Kainkarya Prarambha Divase, the beginning of our service. Then shall we flout our own promise? Shall we give up our own promise? Swarasa Vahina. Swarasa Vahina. So they carry their own, okay, they carry their own flavor. Swarasa Vahina. So that is assuring us, assuring ourselves that I will always do, I will, as long as I live, I will do. In future, I will do. Then Uttarottara Deveseshapi, in all the later days also, Nirupadika Kainkarya Upachaya Siddhyartham, in order to fulfill our own promise to ourselves, namely, we do service unlimitedly. So we must remember, rather, you can even calculate how many days we have served the Lord. So, in order to have success over this service, what success? Success is our mental disposition. Nirveda Vishayataya Anuvartamananam. So, if we still have grief over our own service, then Bhagavata Asakti Virodhinam. Now, while we go on doing service and regret also in between, then we must remember who are our enemies that prevent us from doing service. Bhagavat Asakti Virodhina. So in between we get a lot of obstacles, enemies, foes, F-O-E-S, which will antagonize our service. So don't get attached to the Lord. They advise. They give suggestion. They compel us. They force us. Some bad thoughts come. Then we remember Ashtadasha Chandala Shat Vrishaladi Shabda Yapadeshanam Dosha Visheshanam. Again, we must get a note from how many 18 types of what we call what is that? Driven away, those who are driven away from the society. They are called Chandala. Chandala is outcast. Chandala is outcast. Yes. So 18 types of outcasts. We do not know, not even one. We don't know even one. Ashtadasha Chandala. Then 6 types of Vrishada. 6 types of Vrishada meaning 6 types of people without potency. People without virility. Vrishada. Then, so Shabda Vyapadeshanam, Dosha Visheshanam. So we must remember the bad activities of 18 plus 6. So 24 people's bad actions. Then we will understand what are the mistakes they are committing. So Dosha Visheshanam. Nishesha Nivrti Lakshana Vaishishtya Labhartam. So we must avoid completely. Vishala has got a very, what we call, derogatory meaning. Derogatory meaning. Let us not say that. Yeah. Yeah. But Vrishala has got a very derogatory meaning, which cannot be revealed in the group. So, Nishesha Nivritti Lakshana Vaishishtya Labhartam. So, in order to get the best out of the avoidance of bad qualities, then Prajna Apaharaka Prabalatara Vishaya Indriyadi Moola Sambhavita Pakshika Kainkarya Vicheda Pariharata. All permutations, combinations are mentioned here. So we have, there are intelligent deviators, prajna. There are very bad influences which commit us to, which attract us to do wrong things. Very, very shrewd deviations, prajna. So what do? Prajna apaharaka. Yeah. Prajna apaharaka. They take away our intelligence. They take away our consciousness. They take away our consciousness. So when we are duty conscious, then they take away our duty consciousness. Especially Charvaka Mata arguments. Those who say there is no God. The Avaidika Mata, like Bauddha Mata. Or you can say Nastika Mata. Those who say God is ever non-existent. So Prajnapakharaka. Then Prabalatara, atheist. So Prabalatara, very forceful. Vishaya, objects of pleasure. Where? Why? Indriyadi. So Indriyadi Mula. So basically catering to the needs of the sense organs. So Sambhavita, it happens. All this mishap happens. Sambhavita. Pakshika, biased one. Then Kaikarya Vicheda, stop of service, Pariharartha, in order to rectify this mistake. The service is being stopped. So cha and idam prathamam, this is the first one. Pravartamanena evam. So you go about what we call Dhriti Alamban. Dhriti Alamban. This is a paragraph title. So you go on the right path, Pravartamanena. Manoratha Anuvartanam Karim. Our desire, Manoratha, should be on the right path. It is not Manoratha Anuvartanam, doesn't mean going according to your will. So it is not according to your will. Your will must be a good will. Manoratha Anuvartanam, Karyam eva, it should be done. So Atayeva Narayana Munibhi. Again and again, Swami Vedanta Deshika quotes the sage called Narayana. We may just remember that it is Lord Himself, that's all. Just like Bhagavad Gita was said by Lord Krishna, we can take this as Lord's words. Narayana Munibhi. Who is that Narayana Munibhi? Let us not probe into the history of Narayana. When did he live? What was the age, or rather, how long did he live? Who are his parents? What was the living place of Narayana Muni? So let us not probe into that. So let us find out the principles set by. We will take this up 92 the next session. More and more stress on the same point, 5-timed worship.
Ramanujadaya Patram Jnana Vairagya Bhushanam Srimad Venkada Nataryam Vande Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunasaline Srimate Venkadesaya Vedanta Varidrivadiropa Panchanana Paragrama Srimad Venkadanakarya Chiram Vijayata Rodopal Tiruvengada Udaya Parondru Solla Palmozhiyul Orondru Thane Amayado தரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர கோமளவும் வாழ்வு.
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.